ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kate Yoon, and I'm the first speaker for the proposition to the statement, money should be given to beggars. First, we would like to define beggars as the dictionary definition, according to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, is one that begs, a person who lives by asking for gifts. We would like to expand on this definition as a displaced person that asks for money from the general public. This refers generally to people who are on the street, people who ask for money from random passersby and require this to sustain their lives. So now we would like to go into our points. The first point that we would like to make is that beggars are not, we should not label beggars as people who are lazy, people who do not have the work ethic to go and look for a job. They are merely individuals who are in need, and individuals from society receive the help that they need to succeed. For example, a person who is rich isn't rich just because he has the ability to earn all that money. He is rich because he has been given the things that he needs from society. For example, a good education or the conditions, other conditions that he needs to live well. So, as such, individuals get a certain amount from society and are required to give so much back to the society. And this can be seen as a certain obligation that all individuals receive. The second point that we would like to make is that even though there is the possibility that these beggars may not be truly in need, citizens have the moral imperative to help those in need. It is up to them, it is up to the beggars what they do with their money. However, citizens are doing their part in their moral imperative as long as they are just giving the money to the beggars, and this is something that has good intentions. As long as this is true, then citizens are doing what they need to do on their part. The third point that we would like to bring up is that the amount of money that one person gives to a beggar is very small. However, when the beggar receives all this money, this leaves a significant impact on the beggar. And so this leaves a significant positive impact on the life of the beggar. However, this is very small in concern to the effect that it has on the wallet of the giver. And as such, this is not requiring any great sacrifice. This is just a small act that we can show as the beginning of our interest towards the people in need. The fourth point that we'd like to bring up is that there are people who, if beggars are not given if they are not given money and if they are not given aid, then they will turn to extreme methods. Take, for example, crime or prostitution to sustain their lives. This will unstabilize society, and this will leave a negative impact on everybody that is in society. People should not think of this as blackmailing. It is actually just stability that we are concerned about. And we can think about it this way. No matter how rich I am, if the society is very unstable, then it wouldn't matter how rich I am, because ultimately that would put my life in danger, and ultimately that would put my possessions in danger as well. The fifth and final point that we would like to make is that the magnitude of people in need is much bigger than the threat of beggars misusing their money. This means that a potential is merely a potential that beggars have of misusing this money. And what is more important than the small probability that beggars will misuse this money is that there are people in need, and it is more important to help those people in need rather than to be worried about those people who might potentially misuse that money. This is also labeling beggars as people who would misuse that money, and this is generalizing beggars because of the few incidents that have been presented in society, and these things have been emphasized too much. And what we would like to emphasize here is that the magnitude of people in need is much bigger than the threat of, or the small possibility of people misusing this money that they are given. So to organize our points, the first point was that people need to give back what they have received from society. The second point was that people have a moral imperative, and the third point was that the amount of money that one person gives to a beggar is not very big. So and the fourth point that we made was that this is for the stability of society. And the fifth point that we made was that the magnitude of people in need is much bigger than the threat of misuse. So thank you for listening.